Hey guys, AuspiciousAussie here, and welcome to episode 41, which is of course, as you can read by the title, an AC Milan game plus fixtures. So, as you can see, we are in the Champions League group stage, and we are facing AC Milan, who are actually first of the group at the moment. If I show you our group there, we have AC Milan, Granada, who have been taken over by a Tycoon, and Bate Borisov. So, as you can see, we've done quite well. We are on 6 points, and I'll get into the fixtures in a little moment. Well, we may as well get into them now, I suppose. I set up one deal at the end of the transfer window that you guys haven't seen, and that is, he was 16 at the time, but his name's Chavarinho, or Chavarinho. We'll go with Chavarinho. And yeah, 17-year-old Brazilian. He's also got a German nationality like Vicente. And he's a pretty decent defensive midfielder, but obviously I'm going to, train him to be an accomplished or natural central midfielder. Looks like he could be a decent deep line playmaker for the future. So he was pretty cheap, 950k. So yeah, good piece of business there. And obviously he'll come to the club when he turns 18. Let's get into the fixtures now. We've had a fairly decent season, as you probably saw by the league table. After the PSG Trophy des Champions game, we did beat Chamois Norte 3-2 in the league away from home. Good way to start the league. As you can see, Van Eyck and a Vicente brace for getting an own goal there. But a good first game, good debut for Vicente there, getting a brace for himself in, well, I guess his second competitive game, but his league debut. We then versed PSG again, beat them 2-0 this time at home, which was a very good result. Gulok Hanger and Vicente once again, with Kanga picking up man of the match. We then faced Marseille, drew 1-1 at the Stade Velodrome. Pretty disappointing, but as you can see, they opened the scoring through AU as per usual in the 6th minute. Ulrich got sent off for 2 yellows in the 75th, and then Vicente managed to score with our 10-man deficit. Osterprak getting the assist there as well, so good stuff to get a point back, I guess. We then followed it up with another draw, which was pretty disappointing against Bastia at home. They opened the scoring through Livio, and Munayin picked up our equaliser. Their goalkeeper actually getting man of the match as well, which is a little bit disappointing. AS St Etienne was up next, and we beat them 3-0 away from home. They're not the team they were last season. That should be mentioned. Kanga and Osterprak brace, and yeah, fairly straightforward 3 points, I guess. We then faced Stade Rennais at home, beat them 4-2. Our goals coming from Santibonez, who started his first game for the club here, I think, and he also got a brace, so that was pretty good. Gulok Hanger and Foray, as per usual, very consistent goal scorers, those two, despite Foray being a centre-back. Then was the first game of the Champions League group stage against Bate. Beat them 3-0 away from home, probably the weakest team in the group and fairly straightforward. I started Greek wonderkid Lemprou, and he actually got a goal as well. Santibonez on the 60th minute, and Vicente got one as well coming off the bench, with Fabiano picking up man of the match in that game. We then beat Angers SCO 1-0 away from home in the league. Jacques Pereira getting our only goal in that game, and continuing his fine goal scoring form from the previous season. We then beat FC Nantes 3-1 at home in the league. Gulok Hanger with the brace, and Osterprak also on the score sheet, and obviously that meant Kanga picked up another man of the match performance. We then destroyed Lyon 4-0 away from home, which is a very good result. Bruma opened the scoring through an own goal. Osterprak got a brace, and Kanga got one as well. Osterprak picking up man of the match, keeping Ocampos out of the team. He hasn't played very well so far this season. His form has started to pick up a little bit, but Osterprak has been absolutely immense. So looking back on it, I probably should have sold Ocampos last season to PSG, but anyway, it's a story for another time, I guess. The next game up was against the Tycoon takeover Granada, who actually have a very decent side. This Hernandez guy, I mean, obviously he didn't play very well in this game, but he's a world-class striker, and I think I'm going to try and bring him in. He does have a £26 million release clause in his contract, so I'll show you his profile in a second. But our goals came through Lemprou again, starting a Champions League game, and Gonzalez, with Osterprak picking up a man of the match performance for his assists. But it could have gone either way with him and Gonzalez. They both got the same match rating. And this is Hernandez, Richard Hernandez, fairly straightforward first name there, Dick Hernandez. So as you can see, 19 finishing, 16 heading, got the pace, got the strength. The jumping's not ideal, but off the ball, determination, composure, it's all there. He's 23 years old. He's also got Spanish nationality, so he wouldn't take up a non-EU spot as well, so it's pretty crazy. 43 games for, what is it, Venezuela? Yeah, Venezuela. 43 games for Venezuela, and he's got 21 goals, so that's a pretty good international record, especially considering Venezuela versus all the best South American teams like Brazil and Argentina and Uruguay and stuff. So that's pretty crazy to score that many goals in that amount of games versus some of the best teams in the world. So I'm going to look to bring him in. Let me just show you his contract and his release clause. 26.5 mils, so it's pretty steep. I'm not sure if I could get him for any cheaper than that, because I don't think they would accept anything cheaper. Obviously, if they do offer him a new deal, I have him on my shortlist, so if they offer him a new deal, I'll probably just put an offer in straight away for it, which means I'll obviously have to accept it. So enough rambling on about that, let's move on. That was the Granada game, yes. We then faced RC Lens, beat them 3-1 at home in the league. Santi Benez picking up another brace, and there we go, Ocampos starting to find a bit of form, getting a goal in that game. We then destroyed our rivals Nice, 3-0 at home at the Stade Louis. Santi Benez getting another goal for himself, Pereira and Kanga on the score sheet again as well, with Pereira picking up man of the match. We then finally lost the game since the first game of the season against PSG, which was against probably the best team in our group, AC Milan. They do have a very good team, and we actually lost them 2-1 at the San Siro. Mkhitaryan opened the scoring. Ahmed Musa also got one. So we were 2-0 down. Öztürk got one back for us, but it wasn't enough. Kanga picked up man of the match, but yeah, we just could not break them down well enough. They do have quite a good defence. We then followed that up with a disappointing 0-0 draw in the league away from home to Lille, which I don't really want to talk about. And we managed to follow that up again with another away draw, this time coming at Toulouse. Our girls coming from a Campos and an Amiot own goal, or Amiot own goal. So that does leave us with AC Milan today at home, kind of the reverse fixture from the one that we lost, two games ago. So they are a very decent team. We have a couple of players out. Munain's out, Tesserin's out. Probably not really starters. Maybe Munain, but he hasn't been very good as of late. Only picking up one goal so far this season. Alright, so let's advance to the team now. We'll get straight into the live com, I guess. And as you can see, that's a pretty tasty fixture there. Man City versus PSG. I think this will be the lineup we play today. Let me just check it. Actually, I'll put Pereira back in like that, and we'll play this team. Alright, so we've got Francois in goal, right back of Kleber. We've got Van Eyck and Faure in the centre of defence. Van Eyck and Faure have a really good partnership so far this season. Lutzi will be our left back today because Haji has not been playing too well. He got injured and he's never really come back. He's been playing pretty average lately. We've got Bender and Gonzalez, who's been outstanding so far this season. His conditioning is a bit low like Kanga, but I'm going to put up with it because it's a pretty massive game. And yeah, we've got Öztürk on the right wing, Pereira on the left wing. Obviously I mentioned Kanga sitting in front as the advanced playmaker. And we're going to go with Santi Benez today up front because Vicente, as you can see, his average rating has dropped off a lot, and Santi Benez has come up with quite a few goals this season, whereas Vicente's goals have kind of dried up towards the end, well, towards this part of the season where he was, scoring for fun at the start. So I'm going to advance, have a look at AC Milan's team here. Zila, I think, is Swiss goalkeeper. We've got Danilo, the right back. Dominguez, Spanish. Yep. I think he used to play for Gladbach, I think. Fairly decent centre half, very old, very slow, so maybe we can capitalise on that, although Santi Benez isn't the fastest player in the world. They've got Lofty at left back, who's a player I'm familiar with. Very, very good left back. I tried to sign him a few seasons ago, but AC Milan got him instead. We've got Elton, I don't know who that is. Regen, pretty decent, I guess. Nothing too special. Pedro Obiang, everybody should know him. Camden, that's pretty interesting. He's my former player. I did not realise that. As you can see, we bought him for 220k, sold him for 7 million. Or no, actually we didn't. We let him go to Shocks Monteb for free. Wow. Wow. Played one season at Monteb and then was sold for 7 million. I mean, goes to show if I'd given him game time, he would have been a quality player. Mkhitaryan, the goal scorer from the first time we faced them. El Shaarawy out on the left, and Joe Anderson. Not too familiar with that player, but anyway. Alright, so let's advance now. They also have Marshall on the bench, my former player. If you've watched the series from the start, you will know a lot about him. I'm going to say avenge our first loss, and let's go. Alright. I'm really hoping for a better performance. You know, the last 3 games we lost. We actually haven't won in the last 3 games, which is a bit odd of us, but Pereira down this left-hand side, crosses, and it's cleared, but this is probably the pointless highlight. Don't know what Camden's doing back here. Anyway. So yeah, we haven't won a game in our last 3 games, and I think that's not really good enough. Obviously, I want to win the league so badly, and that type of form is just like 2 draws in a row in the league is pretty much going to put us, what, 4 points behind PSG at least, because you can expect them to win both of their games fairly convincingly. We do have possession here, so I'm liking this though. Pereira, come on lad. Whips it in. Ooh, good save. Good collection, I guess. Ooh, that's risky. Come on, pressure him. Pressure him, lad. Come on, Kanga, get in there. Ugh. Bender heads it away. Regains it, Ersteprak. Oh, good. Oh, what a finish, lad. Take a bow. That was a brilliant goal. Alright, so we're 1-0 up. That's pretty good 10 minutes in, but obviously I'm not going to be too confident because they do have a good team. But that is a great start. Obviously I'm expecting to win here today because it is our home game, so you know, I could take an away loss to Milan, but not a home loss. Let's boot it upfield, Shaarawy to Mkhitaryan, who's played it in behind for Joe Anderson. And that probably will be... Oh, what a save. Oh, wow, good challenge, Bender. Good challenge, Kleber. Wow. Bit of a scramble there, but we got it away, which I'm happy with, I guess. Good save as well by Francois, 1-on-1. Stops the clear-cut chance. Kleber plays Ersteprak, who's been amazing this season. Kanga. Santibonez, come on, finish! Ooh. Ooh, he's better than that. He is better than that. Anyway. Corner, Ersteprak. Swings it in. Ooh. Shoot! Oh! And again, Santibonez, get in. Continuing his fine goal-scoring form. 7th of the season for Santibonez. And I am a happy boy right now. 30 minutes in, 2-0 up. Hopefully we can keep it going into half-time. I'd love a 2-0 lead at half-time. It would be very good to go into the break, you know, fairly comfortably. Ersteprak again, moving the ball really well today. Something that hasn't really been happening the last 2 games. Ersteprak crosses. Pereira, oh, good challenge there. Goal-saving effort right there. Jeez. Anyway, looks like we will go into halftime with a 2-0 lead. Yes, we will. Alright, so that's perfect. Kanga's a little bit fatigued out there on a 66 conditioning. But I think I'll leave him on at least for another 10 or so, 10-15 minutes maybe. And then I think we'll bring Fabiano on. Always deadly from a free kick, that Fabiano. Oh, his conditioning's come back a little bit. Ersteprak, corner. Ooh, headed away by Lofty. And it's an own goal. What was that? Was that Foray? Oh, it was Foray. Wow, he just completely outjumped his man there. And again, like I said, he's a fairly consistent goal scorer, the centre-back. Alright, so we're going to make a sub here. We are 3-0 up now, so fairly convincing. We're going to bring Ulrich on for Gonzalez and Fabiano on for Kanga. And I think that is fairly decent substitutions there. Both of our weakest performers so far. And obviously Gonzalez was on a yellow, so long throw by Lofty there. Headed away. El Shaarawy shoots. Ulrich, can we counter? Pereira. Can he play it upfield, or he's going to just dribble the whole way down this left-hand side? Oh, plays it inside, but that's a really poor ball. That was horrible. Now Shaarawy doing the exact same thing. Oh, well cut out. Well cut out there by Foray. Fabiano plays it down the line. Santibonez. Fabiano Pereira. Pereira still beats Nilo. Santi Benez, finish! Oh, get in. Santi Benez brace, get in. 8th of the season now. Beautiful. 4-0 up over AC Milan. This is what I like to see for a live com. Obviously, coming off that 4-2 PSG loss at the start of the season in the pre-season episode was a really disappointing way to start the season. Especially losing on camera like that was pretty bad. But this more than makes up for it, I guess. You know, a 4-0 victory over a fairly deep... Oh, no. Pereira's injured. Oh, no. That's really not good. Damn it. Please don't be long term. Please don't be a long term. Damn it. That's kind of put a little dampener on the whole 4-0 victory now. That's a little bit annoying, to be fair. Don't really know why Camden's playing down this left-hand side. Oh, good save by Francois. Denying the former Monaco man, Marshall. Lucy now playing left-back. Gives the ball away, but does well to recover. And that will be the end of the game, I think, because we are 3 minutes into stoppage time. There we go. 4-0 victory over AC Milan at home. Get in. We will probably top the Champions League group now, bearing we don't lose to Barté, or drop points to Barté or Granada. So that is that was an amazing victory. I'm really happy with that. I'm feeling really good. Oh, PSG actually beat Man City, who probably have one of the most ridiculous squads in the whole game. I mean, look at the youngsters are like probably some of the best players I've ever seen. This goalkeeper is really good as well. I might sign him, to be fair. Let's have a look. Bayona is an absolute beast. They just bought him for 24 mil, 28 mil, something like that. They got Giannetti, amazing regen. Look at that strength and pace. Crazy. They got other players. Zelalem, Canete, the best goalkeeper in the game at the moment. They bought Luke Shaw off me. They got Umtiti, Lukaku, Nastasic, Rafinha, Shaqiri, Tello, Wanyama, Ramsey, Schürrle, Nkolu. Jovetic is going. Alexis Sanchez. Crazy team. They have Mosquera as well. Probably the best centre half in the game at the moment. The pace, strength, and yeah, I can play right back as well. Crazy. Anyway, that's a bit off topic there. I don't really know why I just showed that. If I show you League One table now, as you can see, we are a bit behind, but we do have a game in hand, so we could be 3 points behind PSG if we do win that game indeed. So we're not too far behind. We're heading into January now. I might look to buy that striker. I forget what his name is, that Richard guy. I'm not too sure about it. I'll obviously have to make a decision. I'll see how the strikers are doing going into January, and I think I'll work from there, I guess. If we really are desperate for it, then I'll probably fork out the cash, even though I don't really like, spending too much money in transfers. We did obviously sell Gomez, so we did get that 72 million for him, which would obviously, still be like a nearly 50 million profit signing that other striker. So yeah, that will be it for this episode, guys. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. And I know I have, because I don't often win 4-0 against some of the best teams in the world. So if you could please give the video a like rating, that would be awesome. If you haven't subscribed to me, head over to my channel and do so. Also check out some of my other episodes. If you haven't seen, the first few episodes of this series. It's been a long journey, but we are getting there. I really, really want to win the league. And yeah, thank you guys. Goodbye.